and I'm a big fan of Japanese maples. A lot of people caught on to the fact that I changed my Instagram bio, and let's really address why, because some of you mother can sniff that shit faster than I can even explain. I don't think people get notifications for people changing their bio, but maybe they do, and that's crazy sauce. I put it in my bio because I thought it was funny and I love my husband. Coming up on today's episode, I'm going to answer a few more of your questions for me in a brand new edition of Ask Me Some Things, featuring items in our house I have to hide from our kids. Plus, for this week's Doom Scroll, a fellow NFL wife's take on celebrating touchdowns. The key? Without getting fined. Can't wait to talk about it. After that, I'm going to be joined by, you guessed it, another guest that I have no business speaking to. We have Captain Marvel herself, Academy Award-winning actress Brie Larson. But first, I got to shout out our Real One comments of the week. On our last episode, I said I was done with family Halloween costumes after the Little Mermaid fiasco of 2023. This year, we might just have 3 Elsas, to which @Dora Winifred responded, hear me out, ... 6 Elsas. Honestly? I'm so into that. If I could get Ellie to not be Anna, I'd do it in a heartbeat. But I can't have 5 Elsas and 1 Anna. Finn is going to be Anna so that we have 2 and 2. 2 Annas, 2 Elsas. That's the plan, though. Who knows? Next up, I was featured in a behind-the-scenes clip from the other podcast. If you haven't seen it, Queen Emma, the clip, please.
That's my wife calling me. Hello, darling.
Ew.
I meant hello, Kylie.
Darling.
Sorry. Hello, darling.
Ew.
How things go for you today?
What are you doing for dinner?
Eating some type of animal carcass.
Okay. You must still be on the podcast.
I am.
A couple of the top comments from the Real Ones and the 92%ers. Someone said, Jason, hello, darling. Kylie, ew, darling. Haha, love her. Guys, I don't know how many times I have to say it. Darling, hun, honey, dear, baby, babe. No. And he doesn't call me darling on a regular basis. I want to point that out. That was very out of the ordinary. The other main takeaway from this clip, Kylie is all of us. Someone else just freaking decide on dinner. I thought it was very funny reading these comments because I didn't scroll very far, but I found that the common theme was that everyone is exhausted. Every spouse, anyone in a relationship is exhausted by the question, what's for dinner? What do you want for dinner? I didn't even know. There are so many people. She has decision fatigue. How cool would it be if you asked someone, what do you want to eat? And they looked you straight down the barrel and said, I want a salad from this store. I want a pizza from that place. I want a cheesesteak from you know where. That'd be so cool. One thing you are not allowed to do is launch the ball as a celebration. You're not allowed to do that. I don't think you're allowed to launch anything into the stands specifically. Not allowed. So, as his better half, Toria was just trying to offer up better options to show excitement and celebration that will not require you to have payroll deduct. I do not personally know Toria, but that's a good idea, girl. I love that idea. My husband as an offensive lineman was not coming into scoring opportunities and therefore was not often partaking in touchdown celebrations. Also, he is on record saying that typically when they would make the march down the field, he was tired. So like he's not going to the end zone to celebrate when he still has to get to the sideline before the extra point setup. He's a big man. Big men like to go straight where they're supposed to go and don't make many stops along the way. So he did not have many opportunities to celebrate or create many opportunities for himself to celebrate. But what I did often remind him was that if a fight broke out, that he better keep all 10 of his piggy toes on the outside of that field. Because you want to know another way they pop you? If you so much as step a foot onto that field when you were not previously on that field, while there is a fight happening, even if you went out there to break it up, fined dollars out of your pocket into the NFL's. They don't fuck around with that. They do not fuck around with that. And now, again, I could be misrepresenting this, but this was my understanding. If the rules have changed, cool. But I'm telling you, when Jason was there, that was my pep talk. My pep talk was like, hey, doesn't involve you. You keep your ass where it is. Don't do it. Because as much as I would love to say that Jason would be the one that would hop in there and be the peacekeeper breaking it up, you and I both know. I'm pretty sure he was going and swinging. It's not. No. To be fair, don't come for me, NFL. To be fair, things are put in place, like launching the ball into the stands. I completely understand why that rule was put into place. I get it. I get that you have to keep the peace and fine everybody that wants to hop in on a fight. I get it. Love you, NFL. First of all, I'm going to start making TikToks again. No, I'm not, but we can pretend. It's going to be the equivalent of like, hey, so when you guys go to get, like, when you're about to get your period, and then the women will start the video that way, and then all of a sudden they pause and they're like, okay, did the guys leave? Is it just the women are left, right? Okay, so here's what we need to talk about. It's going to be one of those, but with a Gen Z pause. Good luck. If you listen to me on 1.5 speed, you might want to bump it to 2 times speed. I listen. If I can't even say I listen. I don't listen to myself. If I were to listen to myself, I listen to it. I just started new. I just started another podcast that, if I'm going to listen to a podcast, is the podcast that I would spend my time listening to. Old Depths, if you will. I listened to it on 1.2. So there's that. A peanut! That was a quick head snap. Did you see that? Oh, hey, girl. Okay, let me feed this child real quick. Hey, mama. You want to come sit in the chair? Yeah. Oh, okay. Fine, don't. You know, she plays in the corner in the kitchen and says, I'm on the podcast. Who do you talk to on Dad's podcast? Uncle Travis. Mom and Dad are I Smoochie Kiss Daddy. All right, you can do the eyebrows real quick for Queen Emma, and then we'll be all done. Then you can go back. Can you wink? Nice. That was actually very good. Okay, I love you. Hey, you didn't even look at me when you said it. You gotta look at people you're talking to. Listen, if you want more hockey content, just, stay tuned. Wonder what that means. Okay. Next up, let's get to the segment where I answer real questions from the real ones, otherwise known as Ask me some things, because Ask Me Anything needed boundaries. You crazy MFers. Okay. First question from Brandy Burkhart. Kylie, if a child knocks on your door on Halloween dressed as a Cowboys football player or cheerleader, do you give them candy or tell them to get off your lawn? Here's the deal. If we receive trick-or-treaters, which we do not, hypothetically speaking, I would give every other kid a piece of candy, and then I would march my ass to the kitchen and get a box of raisins and drop that right in that bag. Did I hesitate? Guys, raise your kids right. Okay? I don't know what, that's the best advice I can give you. I'm not going to tell you how to parent your kids, but this is where I draw the line. So, apparently, I'm going to give them either raisins or nothing. Ooh, maybe like an old avocado. Next Ask Me Some Things question is from Emily R. That's actually exactly how it's written. Ask Me Some Things question. Is there anything you have to hide from the girls, specifically scissors? And which one of the older three would try to cut their hair or their sister's hair first? This is a very easy question. So easy. Things that have to be hidden from my children. Surprisingly enough, not scissors. What I do have to be careful of is any type of writing or drawing utensil. It's everywhere. It's on the couch. It's on the wall. It's on the floor. It's on the table. And guys, this is like, I know there's going to be a population of people that hear this and say, well, that's because you don't kiss my ass. Kiss my fat ass. I've tried everything. We've sat in timeout. We have had to scrub it up ourselves. We have had to, now they go on lockdown. That's our compromise. To be fair, they are newly 6, 4, and 2. Their reasoning and decision making, not the best. But for some reason, anything that is smooth to go on your human body, head to fucking toe, it is absurd. It's insane. The minute they get a silky crayon, watercolor paint, any paintbrush with even a hint of color left in it, full face paint, a full face of paint. It's bananas. I've had enough. Markers striped like a tiger. Suddenly they're tigers. Ridiculous. I'm out. You know who will be my child that cuts hair? And I know it without a doubt. And I feel like I could millennial pause this and everyone can say it together. Bennett, Llewellyn, Kelsey. She is my most mischievous child. Jason and I are in for it. That does it for Ask Me Some Things, real ones. This is an official call to action. Please send all the Halloween related questions you can think of. I'm going to be joined by a very special guest next week, and we want all the questions. You can also ask about the family, after wax care, being married to me, Japanese maples, Queen Emma. I think I'm making it too obvious who this guest is. Too bad.
No, Kylie Kelsey isn't hiding Taylor Swift Easter eggs on her Not Gonna Lie podcast. On new episode, the mom of 4 and wife to Jason Kelsey added, "I do famously got a knock on wood," seemingly a nod to Swift's recent song Wood about Travis Kelsey. However, she quickly made sure to clarify that Swifties shouldn't turn to her podcast for Easter eggs on the singer's music. "These are not Easter eggs," she explained before joking, "We're not that clever." The quip about Easter eggs comes shortly after fans speculated that the fate of Ophelia Singer would make an appearance on her future sister-in-law's popular podcast. After having Swift on his show on October 7th, Jimmy Fallon posted a thank you to the singer for gifting him with some of her signature sourdough. "Not gonna lie, Taylor actually makes the best sourdough. Thank you at Taylor Swift 13, the host wrote. The post and Fallon's specific wording certainly raised eyebrows as fans theorized that a Kelce and Swift collab was in the works. Just 2 months ago, Swift made an appearance on her fiancé Travis Kelce's podcast New Heights, which he hosts alongside his brother Jason. During the episode, the famous singer chatted with her now fiancé about all things football, what it was like for her to regain ownership of her masters, and announced the debut of her album, The Life of a Showgirl, which officially came out on October 3rd. On the August 14th episode of Not Gonna Lie, Kelce addressed the internet-breaking episode of her husband and brother-in-law's podcast, revealing that she is officially no longer the record holder for the most watched episode of the other podcast. "There's no way it's even close, and I love that for me," Kelce quipped, referencing her brother-in-law's pop star girlfriend. At the time of the Not Gonna Lie episode's publication, Swift had just surpassed Kelce's 8.6 million views from her record-setting September 2023 episode in less than 24 hours. Later that month, Travis and Swift shocked the world by announcing that they were engaged in a joint Instagram post, which now has 37.6 million likes. Kelce opened up on the September 11th episode of her podcast about her thoughts on Swift's engagement to her brother-in-law and the idea of the pop star 35 joining their family. "I am so incredibly happy for them. We are so excited that they are taking this next step," Kelce shared. "The girls are so excited to get another aunt," she continued, referring to the daughters Wyatt, 5, Elliot, 4, Bennett, 2, and Finn, Formose, she shares with husband Jason Kelce. "I am so truly happy for them, and I feel so grateful that we get to welcome Taylor into our family in a more official capacity." But it's not over. Kelce quipped that she probably didn't need to know that much detail about her brother-in-law, Travis Kelce, after listening to Taylor Swift's raunchy Wood song. However, the Not Gonna Lie podcast host did clap for the Kansas City Chiefs player on Thursday's episode. "Good job, Trav," she gushed. "That's it. 1,000% yes." Jason Kelce's wife hilariously defended her supportive response, telling listeners, "That's women supporting women." The 9th track on Swift's The Life of a Showgirl album includes smutty lyrics about Travis' redwood tree that ain't hard to see, his hard rock, and more. Jason teased Travis about the song on New Heights Wednesday, saying the tight end should feel cocky about it. When Travis played coy about the pop star referencing him, Jason pointed out that Swift specifically sang about the Kansas City Chiefs player's appendage. "What?" Travis replied, "I think you're not understanding the song." "No way." The former Philadelphia Eagles center joked, "If somebody wrote a song about me, it would be like Japanese maple/sometimes can see." Swift claimed on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon on Monday that would began in an innocent place as she attempted to create a throwback timeless-sounding song about all these superstitions. She noted, "I don't know what happened, man. I don't know how we got here, but I love the song so much." As for her mother Andrea Swift's reaction, Taylor recently insisted on SiriusXM's Morning Mashup that the 67-year-old thinks that the song is about superstitions. She said, "That's the joy of the double entendre. You can read that song for people and it just goes right over their heads." The record Taylor's 12th includes more songs about her fiancé, from Wired to Opalite. When the pop star Taylor Swift spent Uncle Travis's birthday with Kelce's family earlier this month, the party marked a major milestone for Kylie and her husband, Jason Kelce. "It was our first official outing as a party of 6, the Not Gonna Lie podcast host said on Thursday's episode, after initially claiming the major moment occurred at a recent Eagles Autism Foundation event. "I know we left the house with everybody before that," she clarified. "I know I packed up the car and everybody went. When was it? Uncle Trav late party, the only other time we left the house as a party of 6. However, she did not elaborate on the ceremony details. In fan photos from the outing, Swift stunned in a black Christy Dawn dress. Kylie, for her part, was spotted wearing a fruit-patterned dress with a burp cloth draped over one shoulder, presumably for her youngest daughter, Finley. The following day, Jason spoke about the special moment Swift met the infant. "Thankfully, we have a really tight-knit family that makes time for each other," the retired athlete gushed. Finley was born in March, joining big sisters Wyatt 5, Elliot 4, and Bennett 2. Kylie gave a brutally honest verdict on transitioning from 3 to 4 kids on Thursday's episode, which marked her return from maternity leave. "Holy ST," she said in an attempt to describe the change in 2 words or less. The former field hockey coach joked, "It's not terrible. If you ask me on a day when Finley does a 2-hour stretch night, I can do it in 1 word, and that word would be FK. We're winging it." Elsewhere in the podcast, Kylie revealed whether Finley looks more like herself or Jason while changing her look every single day at 2 months. "I can't say she looks as aggressively like Jason," she quipped, "but the Kelsey genes are strong, guys. I made Kelsey women. There is very little McDevitt gene coming through." Call it what you want, Kylie Kelsey is a Swiftie. The Not Gonna Lie host shouted out her brother-in-law Travis Kelsey's girlfriend Taylor Swift. The pop star's name came up when podcast guest Ed Sheeran revealed he received the most applause of his career when he brought Eminem on stage in Detroit in 2023. The Shape of You singer called Eminem's presence a cheat code before asking Kylie which artist would be the cheat code for a Philadelphia audience. The former field hockey coach quickly replied, "Taylor." She noted that it's home for Swift as the 14-time Grammy winner was born in West Reading, Pennsylvania. When Sheeran quipped that it would be Taylor anywhere, Kylie agreed. "True, very true," she said. Sheeran mentioned the Bad Blood singer elsewhere in the episode while discussing his unlikely love of football with Kylie. The songwriter explained that he got into the Tennessee Titans when he moved to Nashville for Taylor's Red Tour in 2013 and got a home there. He recalled, "I went to Walmart to buy bits to move in and I just bought some pajamas. And then when I got home, I was wearing the pajamas. And when someone was around, they were like, 'Oh, you're a Titans fan?' I was like, 'Guess I am.'" Sheeran spoke fondly of his time touring with Swift on the Call Her Daddy podcast in April and clarified how often they hang out now. "I probably see her like 4 times a year and have proper sit-down, 6-hour catch-ups," Sheeran gushed at the time. Kylie similarly chatted about Swift while talking to host Alex Cooper on the show 2 months prior. In the February episode, she divulged their childhood vacation spot connection and detailed their first double date. She does, however, tend to sidestep Swift mentions on her own podcast. When Kylie recently revealed that the 40-time American Music Award winner was present for her and Jason Kelsey's first outing with all 4 kids, she did so without naming Swift, and fans put the pieces together.